Hey, I'm Michaela, I'm a study abroad student and I'm broke. Let's face it, so are you. Have you noticed that students are kind of always broke? It's like one of the laws of nature. But don't worry, I'm here with some tips for you to help you escape starvation. Okay, so before starting with the tips, here's a disclaimer. I am in no way good with money, so if you think these tips are only for people who do not do any impulse shopping or shopping whatsoever and are very frugal, then not. They're for everyone, even for you. Yeah, you, I see you. You got this Orlando shopping window open in the next tab. I know. Close it. We're not doing that, you're listening to me. Second disclaimer, this video is not sponsored whatsoever. All the stores, websites, and brands that I name in this video are just the ones that I found to be the cheapest option or like the best value for your money option. So no sponsors whatsoever. I'm still a broke student regarding that, so let's get into it. So if you want to survive on a budget, first thing is you need to have your clear budget. I mean, this probably goes without saying, but a lot of people don't really know what their fixed expenses are each month. So you need to have a look and make a list of these fixed costs. You know, those include phone bill, rent, transportation, your Spotify or Netflix, whatever it is that you're having to pay on a monthly basis. Make a list of it and then do the maths and see with what money you're left after you have all these fixed costs set aside. So this is the budget you'll have for the entire month. You can budget this even smaller and divide it into categories like how much money you're gonna spend on groceries, on shopping, whatever, but this video is not about that. You can check out YouTube for great budgeting videos. Step 2. If you know how much money you've got, then it's time to start looking at the right shops to spend it on. I'll stick to groceries mostly. I know it can be very, very alluring to just go to Co-op and Sainsbury because they're so close to uni. It's just so easy, right? I could go downstairs at 11 p.m. in my PJs and just grab a pot of ice cream at the Sainsbury's and head back downstairs in less than 5 minutes. It is so convenient. But it's so freaking expensive. And also, they usually have very little selection, at least the ones near campus. If you want to be a little frugal, I suggest you buy at Asda or at Lidl. I know Lidl is far off. I think the next one is at Stratford. I'm too lazy to walk to Stratford and kind of too cheap to take the underground or the bus. So I just walk to Stepney Green and go to Asda. That market is gigantic and you get everything you need at great prices. For point 3, we'll stick with shopping. Make a shopping list when you go grocery shopping, because if you do not have a list, you're way more prone to just go stroll around every aisle, just grab whatever grabs your attention or what you think that you might like or what you just really crave when walking past it. If you have a grocery list, then you can just walk only the specific aisles that you need, so you're not going to be tempted to buy anything else. Another step that I highly recommend when making a grocery list is checking sales. Asda, for example, has an online site where you can swap through the sales section, but I would still recommend beforehand having kind of an idea of what you want to eat, because there are literally millions of items on sale. Just do not buy something just because it's on sale, but if it's on sale and you need it, that's the best. Step 4 would be entertainment. Let's face it, entertainment can be pretty expensive nowadays, because when you were a child, your parents paid for your cable TV and you didn't have to think about it at all, and now most of us have a Netflix account. $7.99 a month is not that expensive, but if you add it up over the years, it is very freaking expensive. You actually can omit Netflix. One thing you may not know, but I already mentioned it in the last video, is that we have the opportunity to go to learning.screen.com. It's also called Bob. And this is basically a platform where teachers and professors and stuff are allowed to upload recordings from the TV, because it's officially for educational purposes, and there are a lot of things. I personally think there are more up-to-date movies on there than there are on Netflix, for example, especially when it comes to animated and Disney movies. I really enjoy using Learning on Screen. Tip number 5 concerns sport. I don't know, you'd save a ton if you just didn't exercise at all, but there are a lot of people with expensive gym memberships. Of course, if you're totally into the gym and you all the heavy equipment that you don't have at home, then you do you go on, you're a beast, and oh my god, I'm so not you, but you go. For all the others, however, there are cheaper alternatives. Me, for example, I found the gym is not for me. I've tried a lot of stuff because I spent years figuring out what the perfect sport for me is, and I found it when prom approached because I just fell in love with ballroom, which is what I've been doing ever since. When I came here, I looked for cheaper alternatives because I had a look at online dance schools and they were all very expensive. They're all very good quality, I assume, but very expensive. And the welcome fair was a great way to look at the different sports societies. Unfortunately, we do not have a ballroom society. You know, I would have been willing to offer that society, but unfortunately I'm only here for a year. Now it's only half a year left, so someone do that. Ballroom is great. However, I found a few other interesting alternatives, and in the end I turned to the Queen Mary Pole Fitness Society. It's with the London Dance Academy, and taking a regular single class is about, I forgot, it's between 17 and 19 pounds, and with the society I only pay £15 membership and £5 per lesson, which is very, very cheap. And there's societies for all kinds of sports. Pole, cheerleading, soccer, basketball, running, everything. So these are my 6 tips for studying abroad on a budget. I hope they were kind of helpful. If you've got any more questions or are hungry for some more tips, you could just DM me on Instagram, which I have linked here. So see you next month.